there's a story of a Hasidic young man and a learned non-Hasidic young man wanted to go into business together. So they decided to open up a shul. And the non-Hasidic young man was a very, very bright, scholarly guy. And the Hasidic young man, he looked the part. He had a nice beard, a furry strimal. He looked really, really pious and sagacious. But he wasn't that bright. So they figured they had a perfect partnership. The Hasidic-looking guy would head the shul, and he would become the Rebbe. And whenever anybody would come and ask him a question, he would say, I have to think about it. And he would go next door and speak to his friend. His friend would advise him what the answer is. And then he would come back and say the answer, and they lived happily ever after. The shul was a success. Well, lo and behold, one day, the scholarly guy, the non-Hasidic guy, had to go out of town. And he said, do me a favor, if somebody comes and asks you a question, don't say anything. For 3 days, don't say anything. Good, okay, I can do that. What happened was, unfortunately, a man comes running into the Rebbe and he says, Rebbe, I have a problem. My daughter is in labor. The baby is not coming out. It's already been 24 hours. They're afraid for the safety of the child. They don't know what to do. So the Rebbe thought for a second and he said, say Yizkor. He looks at the Rebbe like the Rebbe's out of his mind, but the Rebbe said, say Yizkor. He says Yizkor. Finishes saying Yizkor, he runs back to the hospital, and miracle of miracle, the baby was born. And all the townspeople are so excited about their wonder Rebbe. And finally, his partner comes back and he hears all the fuss in town about the amazing Rebbe. And he said, I thought I told you to keep quiet. Why did you say something? So he said, this was an easy one for me. I remember going to shul as a kid. And before Yizkor, the Ruv would make an announcement, Alle Kinder Arois. All children out. And I figured, okay, good enough. It was good enough for him. It's good enough for me.